Hello, my name is Mburu and I'm a Junior Solutions Architect here at Red Hat. And what I'm going to be doing today, I'll be showing you how to configure the HTPassword identity provider and how you can add users and delete users on OpenShift. But before I get into that, I think it's important to understand how OpenShift authenticates users. So in OpenShift, there are two security layers that are responsible for enabling user interaction within the cluster. Those layers are authentication and authorization. So when a user makes a request to the API associates the user with the request. The authentication layer then authenticates the user. Upon successful authentication, the authorization layer decides to either honor or reject the API request. The authorization layer uses role-based access control policies to determine user privileges. The OpenShift API has two methods for authenticating requests. So the first method is auth access tokens and X509 client certificates. The OpenShift Container Platform provides the authentication operator, which runs an auth server. The auth server provides auth access tokens to the users when they attempt to authenticate to the API. An identity provider must be configured and available to the auth server. The auth server uses an identity provider to validate the identity of the request. The server then reconciles the user with the identity and creates the auth access token for the user. OpenShift then automatically creates the identity and user resources after a successful login. In OpenShift, the OpenShift auth server can be configured to use many identity providers. Some common ones are LDAP, GitLab, GitHub, HTPassword. So with HTPassword, which we'll be showing you today, is what it does, it validates usernames and passwords against a secret that stores credentials generated using the HTPassword command. You have Keystone, which enables shared authentication with an OpenStack Keystone v3 server. LDAP, which you can configure the LDAP identity provider to validate usernames and passwords against an LDAP v3 server. Using simple bind authentication. And then you have OpenID Connect and GitHub. In OpenShift, the auth custom resource must be updated with your desired identity provider, right? So it could be any of these identity providers now are named. You can define multiple identity providers of the same or different kinds on the same auth custom resources. Now that I've given you a quick intro, let's get hands-on. What you'll see me do is you'll see me go to my terminal, create HTPassword file on my local machine with some users on it using HTPassword command, and then terminal, and then I'll create the users using the HTPassword command, like I said. And in order for you to use the HTPassword command, you need to have the HTTPD utils package installed, which I already have. And then I'll log into OpenShift, as an admin, and then create a secret that contains the HTPassword file data I created onto my local machine. Then configure the auth custom resource by exporting the auth cluster resources to a file in YAML format. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is create a file where I'm going to put all my users. Let's call this demo users. Once I do that, you need to use a HTPassword command to be able to create your users. -b tmp demo users. Let's call this guy demo user 40 with the password Red Hat. Next, we need to create the next one, and we're gonna call this demo user 35. Same password, Red Hat. If I was to cut this, what you'll see now is two users, demo user 40 and demo user 45. So next, what I need to do is I need to log in into OpenShift, and for me to do that, as an admin, so for me to do that, I will need the token, which is right here. Let's close this. Once you do that, next you need to create a secret, and then using that secret, you're gonna pass the variable, HTPassword with the TMP and demo user file into it, and with that, it will have a secret with those users and those values in it. So let's go ahead and do that. OC create secret generic. Let's call it demo secret. Very original, of course. From file HTPassword TMP demo users shift config. Well, that is that the demo secret already exists, so let's call it demo secret 2 then. Well, now that I've created the demo secret 2, what I need to do now is I need to get the auth class of resources and use that. So let's do that. So OC get auth cluster minus o YAML, and we're gonna save that onto so once I do that, now what I need to do now is I need to configure this file and add my demo secret 2 and also my demo users. This is where it gets a bit tricky. What I need to do is delete everything from there all the way to name. That's it. And then everything from there all the way to spec. And then now I need to add my identity provider, which will be HTPassword. Because as you remember, if you remember, I said earlier, you can define multiple identity providers of the same or different kinds on the same auth custom resource. So that's what I'm doing right now. Password file. You also need to make sure that you indent things well. Name. This was demo secret 2, I believe. Then the mapping method is claim. And the name would be demo users. And the type will be HTPassword. So once you do that, you save that, and now you need to apply the changes. So what you do is you have to put OC replace SF TMP, and if everything goes well, it should bring an error, and voila. So as you can see, now we've created the auth cluster. So let me show you how that would look like on the terminal. If we come all the way to cluster resources, global configuration, auth, you'll be able to see that I have a identity provider and the name demo users and HTPassword. It was check the YAML as well. You'll be able to see it's right there as well. And if I was to go to users, since as I've not logged in, once I log in, OpenShift creates identity in the user resources. But once I've not logged in, you see there is no users. So let's go ahead and log in. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need the API, which is right here. Control copy. So say login -u demo user 45, I believe it was, right? I think it was 45. Okay, let me see what users was again. This is what happens when you have so many users. Okay, demo user 40. So I'll say login -u demo user 40. Must be password was Red Hat with API, and you know, sometimes it does take a while for OpenShift to update itself, but I think it should be good now. And as you can see, I've successfully be able to log in. I can also create a project. So let's see, new project. Let's call it user 40 project. And as you can see, you can do that. So now let's say I wanted to to delete demo user 35. How can I go about doing that? Well, what you need to do is you need to go back as the admin. So copy, and as you can see, demo user 4 is already, once you've logged in, it automatically adds it, right? Let's do the same as well actually with demo user 35. No. Oh, see. Okay, so what we do now is let's log in with demo user 4. You'll see login -u demo user 30. I think it was demo user 30, right? What was the name of the user? Demo user 35 -p Red Hat. And if we can get this, control copy. Nice. And as you can see now, I'm able to log in with demo user 35, and if I can just move this down here a bit, demo that user 35 exists. So now let's go ahead and delete demo user 35. Let me log in as a user, as an admin. Copy. Let's clear this first. Clear. So then, what I need to do now, the same way you use, you create a user using HTPassword, that's the same way you're going to delete a user. So HTPassword -d tmp demo users demo user 35. And once that does what that deletes demo user 35, there's demo user 35 can still be seen on here, but if I was to try log in with demo user 5, that wouldn't work. So let's see if we can do that actually. Oh, and once you do that, actually you do need to so once you've deleted user, if you're gonna add, delete, and update user, what you need to do is you need to update the HTPassword secret. So once you do that, you need to do OC set data secret demo secret 2. I think that was the name of it. Hopefully it was. From file HTPassword equals tmp demo users -n OpenShift config. And what that does, it updates the demo secret, and What that means is if I was to try and log back in with demo user 35, I shouldn't be able to do that. So what I can do now, let's just give it a while for it to update and refresh. And while that happens, there's actually a simpler and easier way of adding adding users, and which I'm going to show you in a bit. So let's now try see if we can log in with demo user 35. Let's see if this is going to work. See, now demo user 35 no longer exists because we deleted them. So let's say you delete a user, but you realize, oh my god, I deleted the wrong user, I need to add another user. A simpler way of adding a user will be do HTPassword, same way you created it, minus, instead of B or big B, you just do -n and -b. And what this does, it instead of saving the file, instead of saving the user in the file, it shows the users. Let me show you. Let's just do demo user 36, and that's what Red Hat. Let's see. And what it does, it shows the it shows you what the the demo user and the password is. And what you need to do then is you need to copy this. You go to your secret, so administrator, developer secret. Let's look for demo secret 2. Demo secret. Oh, here we go. Demo secret 2. And how you do that is, if you can see at the bottom here, you have your demo user 40, but you don't have demo user 35. But we need to add demo user 36 onto it as well. So what you do that is you edit secret, and underneath it you can just paste it. You save it, and once you do that, if I was to go to user management and log back in and log it as a user 36, what that should be able to do, you should be able to log back in nice and simple. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to give it some time to update, but that's how it normally works. Let's give it some time. Let's get this. And as you can see, I was able to log in as demo user 36, and if I was go to users, demo user 36 is showing. You can even go ahead and delete the users from here because we don't really need demo user 35, as I did delete him. So let's just do that. And let's just say, for instance, you wanted your HTPassword file data is not on the local machine that you're in, right? And you wanted to update, or you wanted to add more users onto that file, but the file is not on your local machine. How can I go about doing that? Well, it's super simple. What you need to do next is, the same way you do OC create, OC set. What you need to do now is you need to do OC extract. And what you would do is, let's first delete our demo user files. That's gone. If I was to try, you'll be able to see that there is no demo users, right? But that doesn't mean that once you delete it from local machine or a machine you're on, that it deletes it from OpenShift itself. It doesn't do that. So back to what I was saying. So let's say I wanted to extract the data in order to get that file that it has my secret, it has all the data, and what I can do, you need to do OC extract secret. Our secret was demo secret 2, and OpenShift config to namespace, and then instead of from, we do to TMP, and once I do this, what it's gonna do is gonna bring the file, my file with my demo user, well, my secrets with my demo user 36 and demo user 40, and it's gonna save that onto my the machine that I'm on. And once I've done that, it creates the TMP HTPassword. And if I was to cut HTPassword, what you will see is my demo 40 and demo user 36 I've been put into my local machine. And in a nutshell, that's how you configure and manage HTPassword, and also manage secrets. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment, and we'll get back to you. If not, like this video, share this video, and watch out for more videos that are gonna come from the Red Hat developer team. Have a good day. Bye.